Oh, hey guys, how's it going? We wanted to talk about traveling today a little bit because I have some questions. Now, we are a traveling couple. We've traveled all of our lives. You know, she studied early on. Okay, what was your earliest traveling memory and why did that stick in your mind?
Well, the first time I flew, I was 4, and it was we flew into Hungary. And then oddly enough, didn't even think of that, into Budapest. And then my grandmother came over and picked me up and took me into Slovakia, and I spent the summer with her. So that was my first flight. And obviously it sticks in my memory because my grandmother took me to her home and I had to say goodbye to my parents. You know, yeah, I was 4. Those were the important things.
Yeah.
In fact, I remember being on the train, waving out the window, bawling my eyes out, waving goodbye to my mom and dad.
Okay, my first flight was to Algeria from Budapest, and what was interesting about that, beside the fact that it was flying from a communist country over to Africa, Northern Africa, which is very romantic, that right before we went there, I decided to race a friend of mine in the school hallway. We kind of set up the finish line too close to a window, and as we were racing, I flew through the window because I wanted to win. I did win, but I flew through the window. They took me to the principal of the school. They threatened me that I'm not gonna be able to go because of this wrongdoing. Of course, my mother was the vice principal, so I knew that was bull, but I still got scared. I didn't even get a cut on my hand. That was crazy. I don't know how that happened.
Your mom must have been really proud.
Yes, my mom was proud. So I flew through the window, and then the next day we flew to Algeria. 2 different kind of flights, but they tied together. Anyhow, these were our earliest traveling experiences.
And I also remember flying to Pittsburgh alone with my sister. My parents put us on a plane to go to my grandma. And I was terrified because it was just me and my sister.
So my terrifying experience when it comes to flight was my 3rd flight that I took alone. And I was flying from Hungary after my scholarship program to Canada illegally. So during the entire flight, which was I think 17 hours, I had to think about how am I going to lie to the Border Patrol agent why I came back, because the reason I went back to Canada because I wanted to stay. But I couldn't tell this to the guy because back then you couldn't just go to Canada as a visitor from Hungary. You needed to have a visa. And I did have a visa from my scholarship program, but it was an old visa. So I had to kind of bull myself through that border.
That's pretty stressful.
I was so stressed out. I was so scared, but I did it. I talked my way through it. They let me in, and I remember I was so happy and relieved. Oh.
Have you noticed that Lunch is always video bombing?
Munch is the name of our cat. Yes, Munch is video bombing. He wants to be on YouTube. They should really just start a cat tube because there are so many cat videos available everywhere.
Definitely be its own thing.
It should be a cat tube, I'm telling you. Whoever is listening, you have it in you, start a cat tube.
Well, truly my scariest time was the first time I flew transcontinental alone when I was 16. And I kept thinking I was flying into Newark, right? And because I was 16 flying by myself for the first time, every time they would make an announcement like, well folks, you know, I was listening and they would be like, you know, we're 2 more hours till they reach Newark. But I was like, did he just say New York? And am I on the wrong plane? Stressed out the entire flight thinking I'm flying to the wrong city. I'm flying to the wrong city.
Most people don't really think back their past travels. Past events can keep on giving you, and you can learn from them, and you can view them from a different point of view at different stages of your life. It was not nearly as funny when I was going through those events, but now thinking back, it's pretty good. So that is the point. This is why we wanted to do this. Thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe and share, because whenever we have more subscribers, it gives us the motivation to keep on going and keep on doing this. On that note, guys, thank you for watching.
Fall apart, you make me feel like I have a high on beauty is my kryptonite.